So, good evening, everybody. Sunday evening, afternoon, or evening, I know వచ్చినందుకు చాలా చాలా thanks. So, I'll be repeating both in Telugu and English due to the request of many people over here. And today is 14th June, and this is a PhD scholar session. So, we have been receiving many calls and inquiries about the PhD. So, in this platform only, online platform, together we want to tell you all like PhD in Visro is completely different and unique, I would say, because it's not just giving your application and just forgetting like that, but also it is a continuous process. It is an ongoing process. For basics, for example, we take only 2 classes per week, and even for advanced, 2 classes per week. For masters, also 2 classes per week. But for PhD, it is 6 classes per week. We have 6 sessions every day. So there are 3 phases here in PhD. First phase is preparation of your research, preparation of your what is the topic, subject, and getting experience in your subject. Second phase is presenting. If the scholar is presenting today, that means they have already presented before us many times since last 1 year. This is not the first time they are presenting here, but I mean, before you, it is the first time, although, but behind the screens, every day we have a session. So our PhD group is nothing but a very closed group. They are very close team of people. Every person here, even though their topics are different, every person over here has a knowledge about the other person's PhD because the PhD topic itself is kept under review before all the PhD members. So as a team, we move forward and we do it continuously till 18 months, after which they will be presenting their PhDs over here. So when they are presenting here, that means this is the last phase they are entering into before giving out their articles, blogs, and then submitting their thesis. Now in Telugu, సో మాకు చాలా ఎంక్వైరీస్ వచ్చాయండి పిహెచ్డి గురించి. ఒక్కొక్కరికి ఆన్సర్లు చేయకుండాను ఇక్కడ ఒకటేసారి చెప్పదలుచుకున్నాను. సో పిహెచ్డి విస్రోలో కొంచెం డిఫరెంట్. నాకు తెలియదు మీద చోట్ల అప్లికేషన్స్ పెట్టేసి వాళ్ళ గైడ్తో మాత్రమే స్టూడెంట్ మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటారు. బట్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాసెస్. మీరు ఒకసారి అప్లికేషన్ ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత బేసిక్స్లో మాకు 2 క్లాసెసే ఉంటాయి వీక్లీ, అడ్వాన్స్లో 2 క్లాసెసే ఉంటాయి వీక్లీ, మాస్టర్స్లో కూడా 2 క్లాసెసే ఉంటాయి. బట్ ఫర్ ద పిహెచ్డి వీ హ్యావ్ 6 క్లాసెస్ పర్ వీక్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఎవ్రీ డే మాకు సెషన్స్ నడుస్తూనే ఉంటాయి, పిహెచ్డి సెషన్స్. ఇది 18 మంత్స్ పీరియడ్. అంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్ వన్స్ వాళ్ళ థీసిస్ కూడా వాళ్ళు ఒప్పుకోవాలి. సో అలా పంపించడం మాత్రమే కాదు, ఇప్పుడు వీళ్ళు స్కాలర్స్ ఇక్కడ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఇస్తున్నారు అంటే లాస్ట్ 3 ఫేజెస్ వాళ్ళు దాటొస్తున్నారు అని అర్థం. ఫస్ట్ ఫేజ్ వాళ్ళ సబ్జెక్ట్లో వాళ్ళు గ్రిప్ తెచ్చుకోవాలి, వాళ్ళ టాపిక్లో వాళ్ళు గ్రిప్ తెచ్చుకోవాలి, వాళ్ళంతా చదువుతారు, అన్ని థియరీస్ చదువుతారు. దాని తర్వాత ప్రెజెంటేషన్స్ ఇస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు వీళ్ళు ప్రెజెంటేషన్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చారంటే ఆల్రెడీ వాళ్ళు మా దగ్గర చాలాసార్లు ప్రెజెంటేషన్స్ ఇచ్చేసారు. సో అలా ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత, అలా ప్రిపేర్ అయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఇస్తున్నారు. థర్డ్ ఫేజ్ బిఫోర్ ఎంటరింగ్ టు ద థర్డ్ ఫేజ్ వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు మీ ముందు ఇస్తున్నారు. వన్స్ ఇది ఇచ్చేసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు బ్లాగ్స్, ఆర్టికల్స్ ప్రజెంట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు తీసి సబ్మిట్ చేయబోతున్నారని అర్థం. సో ఇదంతా ప్రాసెస్ చేయడానికి ఒకళ్ళు మాత్రమే, ఒక గైడ్ స్టూడెంట్ మాత్రమే కూర్చోరండి. ఆల్ ద పిహెచ్డి స్టూడెంట్స్ టుగెదర్ యాజ్ ఎ టీమ్ వీ విల్ బీ మీటింగ్ ఎవ్రీ డే ఫర్ ఆల్ ద సెషన్స్. వి టుగెదర్ ప్రొవైడ్ ఆల్ అవర్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అండ్ దెన్ దే మూవ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. ఒక్క పిహెచ్డి స్టూడెంటే ఆ టాపిక్ మీద ఇది ఇవ్వరు. అందరు పిహెచ్డి స్టూడెంట్స్కి అన్ని టాపిక్స్ మీద గ్రిప్ ఉన్నాయి, అలాంగ్ విత్ దేర్ ఓన్ టాపిక్. వాళ్ళ టాపిక్ మీద వాళ్ళు అనాలిసిస్ చేసి వాళ్ళు ప్రజెంట్ చేస్తారు. బట్ హవెవర్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇంకా నేను ఫర్దర్గా టైం తీసుకోదలుచుకోలేదు. అప్లికేషన్స్, పిహెచ్డి అప్లికేషన్స్ గురించి, వీటి గురించి రేపటి సెషన్లో, రేపు కనకప్రసాద్ గారి సెషన్ ఉంది 4 to 5:30. ఆయన కూడా ముహూర్తం గురించి చెప్తున్నారు. సో ఆయన సెషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వక ముందు అసలు పిహెచ్డి అప్లికేషన్స్ గురించి ఏంటి, ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి, ఎప్పుడు అవైలబుల్ ఉంటాయి అనేసి చెప్తాను. ఐ బి లెటింగ్ యూ నో ఆల్ ద డీటెయిల్స్ అబౌట్ ద పిహెచ్డి రిగార్డింగ్ ద పిహెచ్డి అప్లికేషన్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ tomorrow, because before our Kanak Prasad ji's presentation on Muhurta. Okay, tomorrow we have another session 4 to 5:30. Before that, I would like to introduce Praveen Inukoti. who has done a marvelous job here, and every day he has been doing a very hard work on his own research and exploring many sides of his own topic. ఒక టాపిక్ ఉంటే దాన్ని అన్ని రకాల వైపు నుంచి కూడాను తను రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నారు. సో అలా రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తూ చేస్తూ తన ఒక వైప్ ఆఫ్ ని మన ముందు పెట్టడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నారు. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు వెల్కమ్ ప్రవీణ్. ప్లీజ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఇట్ ఓవర్ సార్, with your permission. I hope.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Namaskar. So, all the best, Praveen. And just to add up one word to, I'm sorry, I did not switch on the camera because I'm following my students now in the morning. So, I just want to add up one word to Archana, saying that don't get your PhD.
Earn it. Yes, sir. I
Earn
forgot
your
that.
PhD. Don't we in the ISRO, we always say you don't get your PhD, you earn it. So everybody, people are been earning it. So yes, Praveen, all the best.
ఓం గణాధిపతియే నమః. ఓం శ్రీమాత్రే నమః. నాకు జన్మనిచ్చిన తల్లిదండ్రులకి ప్రణామాలతో, నాకు వెలుగుని ఇచ్చిన గురువులతోటి, గురువుల నుంచి నేర్చుకున్న విజ్ఞానాన్ని ఇక్కడ నేను ప్రదర్శించబోతున్నాను, చెప్పబోతున్నాను. వేరే నేను ప్రతి ఒక్కరి దగ్గర నేర్చుకున్నాను. ఐ హావ్ ఎర్న్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పర్సన్ హూమ్ ఐ మెట్ అండ్ whom I met, and really from different groups and different gurus or different people, I learned each and everything. I started my journey in August 2024. Now I am still learning, and I have to learn a lot from each and everyone. And
So we'll go again. So it's dedicated to my parents, and each and everyone helped me in getting into this journey, and I would like to thank each and everyone getting me into the right path and who led me from the darkness to the light. So coming to the Visro, before Visro, I was doing a lot of basics learning from each and everyone, from each and every group, because I live in Germany and I don't have the privilege like you guys who can really go to a guru and learn. So I met up Krishnakant Garu in one of the online sessions, and slowly later his approach towards a practical different approach towards him, because he is a Rahu and I am also a Rahu candidate. So we both really incline towards in this way, and really happy to have him as a guide, and he has given the insights how we can different dimensions in different ways. So what is Visro is Vedic science. I would like to say we are anyway going into the first scholar group. I would like to say Change Vedic Scholar Research Organization, and here is astrology is taught, but they also make astrologists out of the what they teach practical way. How first in developing the intuition, what you have to think and how you have to think and analyze what is taught, and then you will be given the practical session, and then will be given into the spiritual connection at later point of time. So the practical application, that's the one how you have to blend the topics, what you have learned, and he's the one who teaches us in really in a practical way of 10 or 15 maximum 20 minutes of class, and it will come up something a practical come up, and he will show the chart and how to check it out, and he will give his experience and example. So that's the one where we learned a lot. And regarding the articles, blogs, I would like to say I need to thank Suri Garu regarding the blogs. He entered, I think, 2 to 6 months ago, has taken the lead of the Astrolite, and the Astro magazines has completely broken down to very small, because he is putting all the regulations to meet as a standard. Really, the standard ISBN numbers, like a book published, the journal should be in that level, and he's trying really best to get into that level. And really, everybody is trying hard in getting the articles approved and move on. So this is the way how we learn both the way we express in a in very short format, and this is the way Visro helped us in doing it. So let's go to my main topic. If you take up the astrology, this is the astrology in the world from the beginning. So it has started. Uh, So it has started with Chinese, Mayans, a long ago. This is completely here is Vedic. Um, so here is Vedic, and here is completely the Western astrology, which is really prevailing a lot in the other worlds. And we have here the Prashna, the Muhurtas, and choosing the Muhurtas, and the mainly the mundane. So modern specialized like psychological astrology has came in, and this is more into the more of the spiritual way of astrologists. So then. Um, Then we go to the next level. How is why I have chosen a medical astrology? Because the thing is, Western astrology has gone ahead with research in terms of medical. Mainly, the Vedic is really standing behind a lot behind than in medical. And medical really, why I came to the astrology is because of a kid who is ADHD, and also really how I can help him in getting all the things as a normal kid, and those other dimensions. Maybe astrology is one of the part. That's why I learned astrology in 2024. I came into this into the astrology because of this ADHD kid. Then medical. Why medical means because every day we are facing a lot of issues with health. That may be the lifestyle problem, that may be any other thing. Stress lifestyles mainly is getting into the problem, and mainly the medical is growing a lot, and also the diseases are growing. How we can stop that? I can do it for a society where I can use my knowledge to stop some of the things getting complications. So I have chosen one of the topic is in cancer, how we can detect. I'm doing it in the three-dimensional, three continent way, like India, Europe, and North America. So what are the lifestyles between the differences and how they are getting the diseases? So I will not explain much about my PhD here. What I would like to do is I want to just blend the what I have learned in Jaimini and what is the medical. I want to just concentrate on the medical together with in Jaimini perspective. So this is the Vedic astral Jaimini. So when we get into the history of the milestones, the Rig Veda is the one which has given us how the life came in. And then into 1200, it was the Vedanga Jyotisha, where the formal, according to these are according to records, but according to our spiritual things, Rig Veda came crores of years ago. And this is the 1200 where the Adharam Veda, some medical astrology and nakshatra based healing were used. And later on, it was Brihat Parasara, Hora Sastra, and Jaimini Sutras prevailed from 700 to 100. And these are the ones which we will be using till now, and we are using also till now to predict the future from last 800 or 2000 years. Then it is Varahamina, the Varahamira, where the Bruhat Jataka was came, and it also really enlightened more into that. And the Nilakanta has the Arabian Arabic annual Tajika into our system in Sanskrit. So these are the main Jyotisha, the parts Siddhanta, Ganita, mathematical calculations, and Samhita, where you hear every year of Ugadi, starting year of Telugu or any Ugadi or Gudi Padwa. Then we will calculate more on how the rainfall, how this is affecting our country, and so on. Then it is the Hora Sastra, where the natal astrology, the where we check into the astrology of the kings earlier, how the predicting for the king, and now later on it is gone from the king to the each and every person. We can also get the knowledge. Then it is the Muhurta where the 16 samskaras are done, and then the focusing, the first I'm starting the focus on Ayurveda, because what I learned is completely the lifestyle issues where my research is going on, and that is the one where Tridosha is prevailing a lot. So that's why I want to just give you a glimpse how we can do in a better way. Then, so this is the Gemini perspective of medical astrology. So let's go into the Ayurveda. Is the here are the three doshas: uh, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and how this is translating in our body, and then later how we can detect also using the planets in the horoscope. So it is how first we connect with universe, how the five elements are connected. The Akasha ether element is connected via Jupiter, and the Earth is connected via Mercury, and fire is connected via Mars and Sun. Water are connected to Moon and Venus energies. So air is connected to via Saturn. So these are the ways how we punch five elements into the planets. Later, the sun is how, what is the dosha it carries. So mainly constitution of Pitta. Moon is with Vata and Kapha together, and Mars is completely Pitta. Mercury is combination of all three. Jupiter is Kapha. Venus is Vata and Kapha, and Saturn is Vata. Rahu and Vata and Ketu is Pitta, because Kujavat Rahu and Saturn and Rahu are taken into one. So then we blend it in. I'm a engineering guy, so I'm a mathematical guy, so everybody can understand in a better way. So I'm blending it in sets and subsets, so easily they know how this is came in. So next, how we are linked now the planets, we have linked now the doshas. Now we have to link our all the organisms. It is macroorganism or microorganism. Maybe it is a body of a animal, or it's a plant, or any other bacteria, or very amoebaeus. So this can be used for each and everything in a same way. Then I'm taking much more into the Western, into the here into my perspective, because Western planets also exist in rashis, and these rashis can be used in identifying more deeper and microscopic way of the outer planets. If you take in, then we can have much more microscopic known why it is happening and how we can go. Then next is combining the rashis, bringing the rashis into the prakriti of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So it is the Mercury is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. Is ruled by Mercury, and this is primarily the all the three together. So it, when we combine the lords together with Rashi, then we get into the combination of Tridosha. Then we will take much more. This is very very important. Much more vitality, to check vitality, metabolism, and life force. Vitality. Why vitality? This is the life. How and autoimmune diseases or immunity comes in. and this is very important. When we have the strong voices, he can come out of that problem with the disease, and he can really get into the healthy way faster if he has it. So the tejas is every day what we use. Why I have taken the ayurveda is the main thing is tejas. And because we from the day we born to the day we die, we have to take food, and this is the way the metabolic fire will work, and it will give us the energy, and it will form us the body. This body, how it is done, is explained in a better way what we digest. So first we digest. I am going only in the the main digestion, how it happens, the how the dhatus are done, and how the vital elements are coming. So first, when we digest when we eat the food, the mouth combination with saliva gets into the stomach, and where the pitta will take care of the breaking down the food and completely absorbing the energy into the blood. Then later the rest part is gone to the colon, and the large intestine will exhaust. Then this is the only Telugu slide I made. If any mistakes, sorry for that. So what will happen with what the food we taken? It is converted to plasma or the lymph, then into then also blood. Then the better is going to the muscle, will create the muscle, and then later it is the much better part will go into the fat. And the next one will go into the creating the bones, and then next creating the marrow, the bone marrow, the nerves and health. Then it is going into the sperm or ovums, where the reproduction system will work with bringing a next generation into into the earth. So then how we exhaust the stool, and how we exhaust the what are the things here is explained much via doshas, which doshas we have. So with this, if any of them is missing from our exhaust, means that thus dosha is prevailing a lot, and we have to anti this dosha to come everything better way. So, how much time will take for creation of that? So, plasma, it will take 1 to 5 days. The blood, 6 to 7 days. The muscle will take 11 to 15 days. So, whatever you have eaten for last 15 days, 10, 15 days, now it will help to create you the muscle. So how much we have to take care of the body to get into the better healthy way of getting all these things. So this is the way why I have started with this, because this is the one I want to have. What I have learned, I want to just express to all. Then it is the creation of the fat, mainly the brain cells, and everything will take 16 to 20 days. And the bone, the strengthening of the bone, or those calcium things will take around 21 to 25 days. And then the marrow is taking um, 26 to 30 days. And the reproductive shukra will take 31 to 35 days. Then we'll go with the practical explanation how this is how this is doshas, how we can calculate. So if you take up the lagna, it is more into the Venus. So he's more of the part of Venus, means water sign, and Libra is a fiery sign. So this is the combination of fire and water. So then it is came up with Saturn. Saturn is Vata. So here the body constitution is completely, and Ketu is Pitta. So it is combination of three together. Though, so the body constellation is in a somewhat better way of combining all these three doshas. So we can calculate this for each and every Rashi and how what are the aspects it has, and we can what are the planets it is positioned. With this we can know which part of the body is getting dosha, which part of the body is not getting the dosha. Then we'll go into the next one. Everybody knows this because the Vedic astrology, how it is, we check it. So earlier it was the people who used to write according to the Panchanga. When a person is born, they do the calculations and draft the natal chart, means Rashi Chakra. And this was now done nowadays with apps, and then we are more relying on the software. So I earlier said Ganita and about Mundan astrology. Ganita is completely, we are losing it because nobody is calculating it. Everything is given Ganita to the software, and we are relying on it. And the next, after the drafted, the natal chart is drafted, what we do is, what are the analysis, what we do. So the first, the part here is the where we calculate the natal chart. Then what we analyze is here according to the Vimshottari. Then we predict is getting the wealth or money, or how the relations and about the marriage and about his health. Then is he getting any promotions or career. So this is life events are predicted, and if any things are here, we are giving them the remedial measures in terms of gems or mantras or rituals to be performed, or doing the charity. So this is a normal way how Vedic is seen. But what is Jaimini? We'll come later, but before going to that, I want to explain the Kalapurusha Kundali of the 12 Rashis and their parts. So Aries is having the head, and the head is completely represented by Aries. Taurus is neck and the thyroid position. These are the things are ruled by Taurus by default, Kalapurshali. Then lungs, arms are ruled from Gemini, and Cancer is ruled from the chest and stomach. Uh, then mainly the cancer, if breast cancer comes in, the cancer sign will come in first. So we will discuss in the next sessions of the charts how we can predict using the Gemini method. Then the Leo is mainly when heart and spine. Then the Virgo is abdomen and pancreas. Then Libra is the kidneys and the renal part of the kidneys, and everything is taken care by the Libra. And Scorpio is for the exhaust and the reproductive organs. Sagittarius, because of the Jupiter, it is ruled by liver, and also the Sagittarius takes care of the thighs. Then Capricorn is the knees and joints. Aquarius is circulation and calves. The calf is known as the second heart. So Pisces is ruled from the feet and limbs. So what is different in Gemini? It is the same Parasara. So what we do is we will calculate the Charakarakatwas, and the same we do the sign aspects in a different way. Rashi aspect here. So here are the sign aspects. Here are the Charakarakas. We will find these all Charakarakas. I will explain each and everything. The highest degree is called Atmakaraka. We will discuss in detail in the next following slides. Then here it is Vimsotri Dasa. Here it is Charadasa. And then how use all these three to unique interpretation with different lagnas, and how we come to the summary, how we can predict the chart. So it It's this way is the Jaimini in a different, unique way, but Jaimini doesn't exist without Parasara. First thing, Vedic is the base. Parasara is an icing. It's really it cannot exist. So we have two different Charakarakas here. The traditional ones from Ken Rao Garu is done from seven Charakarakas, means we don't take Rahu in the consideration. And Sanjay Rath and others has really experimented a lot in eight Charakarakas. That is Rahu, taking Rahu. And anyway, Ketu is excluded in both the things. And how extra it is here. It's representing the father. Is the Pitrikaraka is the extra which comes in the eight Charakarakas. That is the main key difference. And my research or my presentation will completely concentrate on only seven Charakarakas, classical one. I will not go in detail of the things. So what is the Charakaraka? So what is Stirakaraka and Charakaraka? Stirakaraka, we have fixed some of the planets for some of the things like sun is Atma and sun is for father. Sun is for government. Sun is for the power. So we have fixed this planet with its activities. And the moon is for the mother and mind. We have fixed it. Then what is the difference in Jaimini? There comes the difference mainly because we have seven Charakarakas. Atmakaraka, the one with highest degree. So then if that can be here, the sun can be an Atmakaraka. Later, it is all. Later, moon, if for someone, moon can be Atmakaraka. So the main is driven by moon, but the characteristics of the moon, like mother and mind, will continue. But he will act mainly, the Atma will act with this moon combination with Atmakaraka. So the main thing is the how the moon will act him as a person. That can be done with the Mars. That's he will be a really nice leader, sometimes maybe aggressive. So these are the characteristics. If it is a Mercury, then he is much more intelligent and intellect. And if it is Jupiter, he can be really dharmic and he can be a really guru. Placed on the Atmakaraka in different rashis will create a completely different, will create a different scenario of each and every person very minutely, which to get the same thing in using the Sthirakaras, it's a very complex thing. We need to have more calculations in getting into the prediction. But with Jaimini, with this Charakarakas, we can really predict with a person how he can behave. So what his intentions are. So here mainly we will go with the D1 is the promise and D9 is the confirmation. So when you go into the divisional charts, now here Charakarakas, we have different also lagnas. For Vedic is only one lagna, mainly we used is lagna where you are born with stars and father of this nakshatra. And this is here not this is used, but that is we have different lagnas, like D1 is what is shown to the outside and D9 is what you are inside. So something like this, it comes in the in lagnas, like Aruda lagnas is what the others see you, and Karakamsha lagna I will explain in detail later part of time, where we have the inner soul, what he is looking for. Then we'll differentiate the Rashi here, the Parasa. The main is the aspect system. The aspects are done from the planets in Parasari, and they mainly the Rashis will have the aspect. So what is the difference is Rashi can be empty, can have multiple planets, can have also outer planets. So this is the way Rashi is a box where we can have everything, and we have to check with Charakarakas what the position of that, and with that we can come into the better way of understanding a chart. So it's a significant type is Stira and Naisargik Karakas, and here is a variable the Karakas. Then primary disease houses are sixth house, sixth house Lord, and what are the afflictions it is done. So the disease is known here, but in here it will be like Aruda of sixth and Karakamsha, where it is placed, and what is the sixth A6 is placed from Karakansha. We can know about the disease, how it comes in. So the timing of the disease is done from the Vimsotri. Vimsotri is mainly calculated from the moon when you have born, where the moon is in which nakshatra and which pada, then it starts the cycle of Vimshottari. Then here it is a Charadasa, means the Rashi Dasa. It's a completely different perspective here. We are taking the Rashi Dasa. Here Vimshottari Dasa is with the planets, like Sun is 6 years. Then here, if you take up the Leo can have up to 12 years. So 12 years plus, then 12 years is divided into again different, like starting with moon, how the moon is taking can take up to 1 year maximum, or it can be very less. So depends, we have to, that will be calculated in Charadasa, that we will see in the third session, not in the second session, because we have to go much more into the basics, because the view of the person is completely into the planet and what are the characteristics of the planet and Bhava. But here in Jaimini, the Rashi is the one, and Rashi characteristics are very, very important. Without Rashi characteristics, we cannot predict anything in Jaimini. That's not much needed in Parasari system, because Rashi is place it, but much more is not taught, or much more is not taken into consideration. But they have to take, but not much is taken into consideration at present. Sinner. Then is the constellation the ascendant nakshatra. Here it's the Lagna, Atmakaraka, and Karakamsha. Karakamsha is the where the Atmakaraka is positioned in D9 is called Karakamsha. So we'll explain in the next session about those Arudas calculations and so on. I just don't want to skip the Arudas calculation, because without that we cannot proceed more to understand how the Gemini is working. So the mortality, the mortality indicators are second and seventh. Here we have Sthira, Karakas, Rudra, Brahma, and Vishnu. Three. That when we are going into Stiradasa, I'm not teaching anything here. If anybody needs it for the future, for the higher predictions, we can think it of it. Then the karmic disease lens is the past lives. Then here is the Navamsha and Arur Lagna. With this, we can get it. And if it is an hereditary diseases, it is known from here. It is can be known from D12 chart and more in detail. And here with this, here you can use the Aruda of 12th. It's called Upapada Lagna. A12 or Upapada, where we can have the hereditary diseases known from whom they're coming in. So the next is we are going into the Rasi Drushti. Here, the mainly are we are dividing it into the cardinal, fixed, and dual. So how the cardinal sees is all the fixed sign except the adjacent one. The same way the fixed is seen the all the cardinals except this one. So adjacent one. But this the dual signs will see all the dual signs will see the all dual sign. So what are the things what we get? The sign, and unlike the planetary system that I already told you, sign to sign aspects, which I have explained, and I will also explain in a detailed way. We'll go with a chart, practical way. Then it's what are the enclosed in the Rashi can be considered, and we can have much more perspective. So multi-zone affliction, if it is affliction much done, we have affliction planets. So Atmakaraka is afflicted, or Gnatikaraka is afflicted with Atmakaraka. So we'll have continuous diseases, or how it is done. Then we can have much more. The number of malikas will increase the severity. So that's the one I want to just say. And it's the mutual aspect between the things where he will get out of the disease, or he will come to the disease, that we will calculate in the session 4. So if you take up the same chart, then we'll take up with cardinal, fixed, and dual. I can have another color. Okay, we'll go with this color. So if Aries wants to see, then it will not see the next fixed sign. So it will see here, this one, and see the Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So the Aries can only see Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So if we have erase all, then if Taurus wants to see, then Taurus will see the next cardinal, so the next next cardinal is here, and the next one is the cardinal is Capricorn. So this will see only Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So the next, when this will not see the Aries. So in this way, when we take up the next one, Gemini will only directly sees Virgo. Gemini will directly sees the Pisces. Gemini will directly see the Sagittarius. So this is the way how the Rashi aspects will work. Then we'll go the highest degree called Atmakaraka. So ephemeral Atmakaraka can be any planet. I already told you that can be anything, where we can have Saturn, where we can have Jupiter, some, because these are the slow moving planets. They also can be Atmakarakas. And completely the dimension changes when Saturn and Guru comes in. So if the Atmakaraka, it tells what the Atmakaraka will tell about yourself, about the soul, how you behave, how your body constellation will be. And if the Atmakaraka is placed in the first house, then the main constellation will be he will take care of his body much more. He's taking his body as primary tool. He will blend the body in such a way according to his needs. Then it is Atmakaraka is in the 6th. And sometimes if you have the 6th house service, if they are using using the planet of the 6th house, then they can be doctors, they can be nurses, they can be in service, they can be any other things, where one with the health department service or any other NGO services. Then it depends, they get their soul satisfaction when they do the service. So when it is in the 8th, it is much more into the transformation. He will transform himself every 2 years or 3 years and try to change his view, and he will try to get into the new things and try to do a lot of new things in a short span of time. Then if it is in the Atmakaraka is in the 12th house, might be he get into the losses, might be he can have an accident, or might be he went to the hospitalization. And another thing is, because of the combinations we have to see, he can also be isolation spiritually. completely neglecting the world. So then it is the connections we have to see, the associations of Atmakaraka with which Charakarakas it is coming. Then the combination will be much more, and we can have much more analysis in depth about the health and vitality. And if it is malefic connection, his vitality might drop, and some of the dropping might get into the early juvenile diabetes or juvenile issues. So here the Atmakaraka also carries some chronic illnesses. Then it is a troubled, then it is diagnostic conditions will be difficult, and weak immunity and sensitivity will be increased. Maybe allergic, anything might come up. So the Atmakaraka, we have is the one highest planet. Which planet comes in, what are the diseases it will bring, I'm not going in detail. It will be like a more Atmakaraka and diseases. We can have only complete session. So much is the detail here. So we continue with Amachakaraka. Amachakaraka is the role of a minister, prime minister or something. He is the one who will get you the wealth. He is the one who get you the relations. He is the one who will get you other things what is needed for your soul. Then one thing I have to explain you is Atmakaraka and Amatyakaraka. When the difference is less than 1 degree, so the blending of Atmakaraka and the characteristics of that planet of Atmakaraka and the characteristics of the Amachyakaraka, both can be seen in this person when it is less than 1 degree. But in the reverse way, if the relations has to be seen or wealth has to be seen, but the Atmakaraka will not play much role here. But in the knowing, because this is the characteristics, the planet will not lose its characteristics, and that's why when it's very near, then it is really both will get the blend of the two planets. So then when Amachakaraka, then the significators of diseases, because I'm only concentrating on the medical. So I'm only concentrating on the afflicted Atmakaraka and the afflictions, only into the perspective of medical. So if it is afflicted, how it is afflicted, maybe with Rahu and Ketu aspects, or with Gnatikaraka. So when it is or in any of the places of 6, 8, 12, then it will trouble you in some of the things. Maybe it will trouble you in losses, financial losses. Maybe it will trouble you in relationship losses. Maybe it will trouble you in other things. But we are concentrating mainly on the diseases and body parts. If at all sun as Amachakaraka, then he might have issues with heart and spine. When it is moon, then he might have weak lungs, and mind is fluctuating, fascinating. Excuse me, just a minute. Sorry for the disturbance. I have some sound, so close the door. Sorry for that. Then it is a Mars, then he will have some anxiety issues, might have blood issues, muscles, some of them issues, and then Mercury, when it comes in, the nervous system will be, and the skin issues might come up. And if it is Jupiter, the Jupiter is ruled from pancreas, and the liver cirrhosis or liver something can be come with that, and diabetes also one of the cancers. Then if it is Venus, then the reproductive organs issues might come up with all the issues coming up with reproductive organs and their stature, and also with the kidneys something. And I'm only giving few. We have a lot of things which has to be taken care, and we have to know much more into the anatomy. Before continuing anything, anatomy should be read a lot with the medical. Then if it is Saturn, then it is with the bones, and with the joints mainly, and also teeth issues. And when it is when it is conjuncted with Rahu, then he might have illnesses via diseases coming from outside, something like viruses coming from outside. Then if it is Ketu, then it is also the nervous, and mainly the Ketu is represent the intestines, and sometimes intestines might have an issues. So when we go with the next highest degree is the Bhatrakaraka, and this is mainly for the courage. We are seen from the courage, and from we are seen from the brother, we are seen from the father, and so on. So this can, the primary characteristics of this is uh, here it is the younger siblings, the father depends on which planet it is coming on, and the courage and initiative how he can take up. Because of this, he might incur a lot of enemies, and the hidden enemies comes from the Natikaraka. So we'll explain much more into that when it comes up with the enemies. So then this is ruled mainly in the third part in the chest. So it is the protective organs. If Bratikaraka is afflicted, more we can have more of the more diseases. It's not erasing. Okay, erase all. So it is more into the respiratory, and sometimes the asthma patients will have these combinations of having the Bratikaraka afflicted. Then when it's afflicted, the nervous system also might have an issues, the arms might have an issues, the shoulders, arms and hands fractures. If Bratikaraka is associated, and the Bratikaraka is getting from the Rahu, might have accidents, and with this accident they have shoulder injuries, some fractures might come up, and that has to be done with the timing of the Charadasas. And the timing we will know it in the better in the next third session, Charadasa. And mainly the skin disorders, allergies, and eczema, rashes, everything. The Bratikaraka is afflicted, and the Mercury is supporting it, then might have these issues. Then the major Bhathikaraka's affliction and manifestation is done. We have to check the manifestation, and we have to check the timing of the disease will be checked from the Charadasha periods. So this is the way how we see in the Jaimini the first calculating the degrees, and then next is significations of this karakas, and then later on how the body's parts are linked, and which body part is having which problems. So when we go to the next, then this the matra karaka. So it is like a mother. So Matrikaraka, when what we have here, I would like to say a few words then about it before going into the diseases. So the fourth highest degree is the Matrikaraka. It's mainly done from your mind, and also what are the if it is associated with Atmakaraka, they are much more generous. Like a mother, they will treat every person like their own things, like a own family. So it depends on how we have to check with the what Atmakaraka and which Rashi it is placed. So, but when the conjunction of Atmakaraka and Matrakaraka, then they are really generous, and they will try to show that on the people as the same family. So these are the things I would like to more about Matrakaraka, but I will not stress much into that. But later, when we are coming with the diseases, this is the one which I saw Matrikaraka really for the ladies. It is the breast cancer which is prevailing, and when it's afflicted, the more of the breast cancer will be happening for them. So then we'll come with the Matrikaraka, what might be the issues. So it's more the chest. So it is anyway the lungs, and also it is the driver for also some of the heart issues. And mainly it is governing the mind. Then we'll have emotional turmoil, and also some of the problems are seen from the distress of mind can be seen from these afflictions of the Matrikaraka. And the mainly already explained, this is the vitality of the mother giving the milk. So that's it's called, it is one of the things in diseases, it is the ones represent here. When it is goes into the Jaimini, then the Matrikarka is rolled for the fourth house, maybe for the houses, vehicles, and other things also will come up. And I have taken only this part to go in depth. We'll go in depth of it. in the in future with this with Matrikaraka and everybody and characteristics and diseases, how we can associate them with Arudas and Karakamshas, Lagnas. So then it is the Putra Karaka, it's the fifth highest degree. This is mainly for the education, intellectual thinking, Purva Punya Sthana, and other things. And when we, these are the things which will be carried by the Putra Karaka. But and the main for this the progeny, mainly the fifth house or Puttakaraka is for the fertility issues and the progeny and how it is will bring the next generation in or not. And also it mainly the abdomen area where the digestion is done. So mainly if Puttakaraka is afflicted, the IBS might come, irritable bowel syndrome. That's IB, that's called IBS, and we have some issues with also the liver because the stomach is mainly ruled from the juices coming from the liver. So then we have also some spleen issues might come up. Then intellect and mental applications. So with this is the where memory losses more of not the Alzheimer's or the ones which if at all Putrakaraka is afflicted, the Alzheimer's might come early in the age. So how we will calculate is the fifth house, and if it is really Putrakaraka is one of the things, if afflicted and really real affliction is there, then a lot of things might not come up. They cannot study, they cannot move forward, they cannot come into the public, they cannot have much more thinking. Those are the things which will happen. And also the mainly the stomach is ruled from the all the body. The stomach should be really fine. If anything happens there, uh, we cannot sit or we cannot sleep. So that's the one of the important things here. I would like to say the stomach is ruled here. So that's why please the this Putra Karaka is also one of the important. All the Charakals are important, but I'm getting into the where the diseases might come up. So then next, this is the one which is really we have to check more and more into it is Gnatikaraka. The Gnatikaraka is the sixth highest degree. It is the mainly the disease manifestation is done using this as in the prediction. So if you want to analyze, then analyze the Gnatikaraka and its associations with other Charakarakas and its associations with Rahu Ketu and its associations with aspects. So which is it's expecting. So these are the things is manifested using the main disease is manifested, and this is the main one of the key elements of everything is the is the Gnatikaraka here. Then if Sun takes on the role of Gnatikaraka, what happens is he will have the anytime in life, depends on the Charadashas, anytime in life, the heart diseases might come up. Then the spinal problems might come up, and eye issues, the mainly the right eye, might have an issue. Then if it is the moon as Natikaraka, then they will have much more mental distress. And also because of this mental distress, digestion issues will come up and blood impurities also will happen. And some of them will have the blocked lungs every time. Then Mars as Natikaraka, it is the blessed disorders, then inflammations. Mainly my thing is Mars, in the cancer, it's inflammatory. When its inflammation comes in, then Mars will be aspecting the Gnatikaraka, or Mars is in Gnatikaraka situation. So, and the other thing is surgeries, accidents, and fevers, and comes in. That's the one which is Mars as Gnatikaraka. They will frequently have those issues. And Mercury. So if Mars as Gnatikaraka is there, that doesn't mean that they will get it right away from the childhood. But sometimes if the Charadasa has activated it, the timing of the disease has to be taken into consideration. And also the Karakamsha Lagna has to be taken into consideration, how it will come in and so on. That will be explained in the next session. That will go much more deep into these things. Then when it is Jupiter as Gnatikaraka, the problem will be diabetes or liver cirrhosis or liver functioning might decrease if at all it is afflicted from Rahu or Ketu or from outer planets. So I am not going much deeper into outer planets. I will take up the next session with more into the outer planets and how we can do better analysis using the lagnas and into the next level. Then Venus as Nathikaraka, then please be careful with the reproductive organs and the functioning of the kidneys. All the functioning of kidneys and heart, some of the things is completely done from the Venus. This is a very afflicted Venus will have a lot of issues, health issues, than afflicted Sun or Jupiter. This is really a problem when Venus is afflicted. So then Saturn is the chronic illness. Then Saturn as Nathikarika, then they will have the prolonged illness, and the illness will not be a short term, but it's a long term, and some of times will be they have to live the life like that. So those are the things which will be affecting it depends on that. And the placement of if it is in the placed in the 6, 8 and 12, this is a killer, and it's really will have from the beginning, from the childhood. So from the they are born, they will have some issues, and they have to continue this issues when it is Nathikaraka is in 6, 8, 12. That should be really checked on. And then the afflictions with the Rahu and Ketu should be taken care, and the weakness of the Navamsha. If Navamsha is really weak, Karakamsha is weak, then we might come up with a more and more details and more issues with the person. So Gnatikaraka is the sixth highest degree. Then we'll go to the next topic of the last is the Dharakaraka. So Dharakaraka is the one where we'll have the relations, how it's mainly considered as spouses, yes, as a seventh house, but it's also for the relations, how the relations should be with the business relations, how this is done. So if you take on, so example here, the Atmakaraka. So Atmakaraka is the root, and when you take up the spouse as your life, so Atmakaraka is you and the spouse, and depends on here. If it is really strong, the tree will exist. So that's why I would like to say that will be done from the benefits of the Dharakaraka. If at all it's malefic, then the branch will be cut, but the tree will exist. So it's like, not to say, but it's like maybe divorce or maybe separation, something, and we will continue with the life. So these are the things I would like to say. And what are the diseases mainly it affects? It's the vitality. The vitality is taken here. And I already explained about the Ayurveda, how we can take this. And when really with afflicted Dharakaraka, then they will be having problems from the day one of their marriage. And those are the things is mainly the health issues, emotional issues that will be carried to the job, that will be carried every time, and these are the ones which will be really having the nervous issues, and everything will come in here, and we'll go much detail in the third session. After the Charakaraka calculation in the fourth, we'll go with the more into the practical way of how we can diagnose the disease. So then case by case, how we can analyze the workflow. So first constitution, we'll get it from the D1, calculate the lagnas, calculate the Charakarakas, then how the AK alignment is done, then identify the Atmakaraka, the mainly with Atmakaraka placed in D9 is the Karakamsha, and Karakamsha is your soul, and it will manifest some of the diseases. Will manifest it or will not manifest it, we'll check more in next week. So this is the Aruda A6, and Dasa timing has to be considered when we want to have the disease attacked to them. Then we'll go something like with a somewhat depression. I have taken some depression here. So when we use the Shedbalas, why I'm using the Shedbalas is to calculate the strength of the planet plus the strength of the planet depends on the Rashi and where it is placed, and it is a constellation of this is the Tridosha calculations can be done really in a better way. And I want to just show you, I forgot to show you the practical app where we can have the Tridosha. I will show you then in the next slide. So if it is here, it is the Lagna. I have taken this chart because I want to explain, if you can check the Atmakaraka degrees and the Amatyakaraka degrees. It is in the same degree. So the person will be a mix of Sun and Mars. So he everything like a king and also everything like a minister. So the qualities of the king and minister will be inclined here. That's why I have taken this example to explain you that this also we have to consider when he's considering about the characteristics of him. But when you compare about the Atmakaraka, anyway, this is a really Raja Yoga when we have Atmakaraka and Amachyakaraka is placed together. So he is the one who will really have better prospects in life when both, it's one of the best Raj Yoga in when we consider Jaimini perspective. Then here we have some issues with the depression. So how we can check it out is the moon, where who has taken the Gnatikaraka is the Jupiter, and the moon is Matrikaraka, that's the mind. So is Jupiter and mind. So let's see if we are in connection with this. So what does this Rasi will see is here, it will see this one, it will see this one, and it will see this one. So now you know why the person is having an depression. So that is the Gnatikaraka is combined with the moon, the Matrikaraka moon. So the person is having this issue. So we can calculate in this way how we can do better analysis in this way. So I want to just not be theoretically explaining everything. I want to just involve more practicality into it. I'm more a practical person than explaining the slokas, explaining the deep. So this we go into the, I have created an app. So where we have the Vata with the Kapha. Then this is the last. We can close from my side, but I want to have the Shadbala. So 185, 133. So when you go with 185, 133, and 100, 109, 100, it's there, 109, then Jupiter 86, 146. So we'll go with Saturn last one, 134. So if you calculate, so more. So we have the symbol, it is much more, it's the body constellation. You can see it is much more, okay, just I will show. This is a much more Pitta dominance. So body constellation can be done here. This is the app which made it with help. And these are the calculations which we can do. So when we go with the next, We have already seen these things. Next, in the session 2, we'll go with calculations of Arudas and special lagnas, Karakamsha lagna, and Gati lagna and Hora lagna. Why I'm taking it? Some of them were not needed, but we will say how they calculated, and we will go much more into the body anatomy and which part is ruling what and what is the rashis we are going in. Then Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you for your time. And really, it's a Sunday, and you have taken your time and came. Really, heartful thanks from my side. Thank you very much.
That's a wonderful session, Praveen, and especially the app is really nice. That is a very good work. So before we proceed for any questions, I would like Sir to give his feedback.
Yeah, very good. I can see all the Rahu, these things over here. So then what is my idea? And he already said in the starting itself, a Rahu, he's a Rahu candidate, I'm a Rahu candidate. So definitely I don't have any comments. Still, it is like need to give. So it's a very good point. Like you have created also going well. It's very good. Keep it up.
So any more questions from the audience, please?
First of all, congratulations to Praveen ji. తెలుగులో చెప్తాను మేడం.
Yeah, please.
ప్రవీణ్ గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటున్నాను. ప్రవీణ్ గారు ఈరోజు ప్రజెంట్ చేసిన విషయము జైమిని సిస్టాన్ని ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్న విషయాన్ని మోర్ ప్రాక్టికల్ గా చిన్న స్థాయి నుంచి టెక్నాలజీ ద్వారా వివరించారు. వివరించిన దానికి ఓకే, కానీ కృష్ణకాంత్ సార్ ఏం చెప్పారో దాన్ని మొత్తం ఒకేసారి చెప్పాడు. ఇంతవరకు ఏం నేర్చుకున్నామో కృష్ణకాంత్ సార్ నుంచి. సో ఇక్కడ మేము నేర్చుకోలేదని బాధపడాలో లేకపోతే నేర్చుకోవడం సంతోషపడాలో అర్థం కాలేదు. కానీ కృష్ణకాంత్ గారు ఏ పాయింట్స్ ఎక్కడెక్కడ చెప్పాడో ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ ఈరోజు వచ్చింది. సో సార్ అయితే 3 బ్లెండ్ చేస్తారు, బిపిహెచ్ఎస్, నాడి, పరాశర. కానీ ప్రవీణ్ గారు బ్లెండ్ చేసింది జెమినీ సిస్టమ్ విత్ ది టెక్నాలజీ యాజ్ ద సార్ ఇస్ టోల్డ్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అండ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ది సబ్జెక్ట్ ఫర్ వాట్ he is taking the research. So we learn from Praveen that మేము ఏదైతే రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తామో దానికి తగ్గట్టు ఆ ప్లానెట్ అన్వయించుకోవాలని అంతే. థ్యాంక్ యూ. వెరీ వెరీ బెస్ట్.
వెరీ గుడ్ అండి. కనకప్రసాద్ గారు. కనకప్రసాద్ గారు.
హలో అయ్యా, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఐ కంగ్రాచులేట్ టు ప్రవీణ్ జీ. చాలా చక్కనైనటువంటి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఇచ్చారు. అసలు ఒక్కసారి ఆ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ద్వారా జెమినీ సూత్రాలు ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు అని, కామన్ మ్యాన్ ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు అనే దాన్ని చాలా నైస్గా మన గురువు గారు చెప్పినటువంటి విధానంలో చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారండి. ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ వండర్ఫుల్ సెషన్ అండ్ వండర్ఫుల్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఆల్సో. ఐ విష్ ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. మూర్తి గారు.
Praveen garu, good evening. First of all, congratulations. Lot of stuff you have given. What I understood very simply that I need to take up my knowledge to the next level to understand your presentation. So first I need to gear up. So a lot of stuff what you have given. Big job.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Murthy garu. Next, Venkatalakshmi garu. పేరు వెంకటలక్ష్మి గారు.
అది చెప్పాలి మీరు, లేకపోతే వెంకటలక్ష్మి ఏ వెంకటలక్ష్మి నాకు తెలియక ఐ జస్ట్
లేదు, హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేసింది మీరే కదా.
ప్రవీణ్ గారు చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఇప్పుడు నేనేమనుకుంటున్నానంటే నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ మీరు సెకండ్ లెవెల్ వచ్చేటప్పటికి నేను మళ్ళీ జెమినీ సూత్రాలంతా కూడా ఒకసారి బ్రషప్ చేయాలేమో. ఎందుకంటే ఏదో మొత్తం ఆ లెవెల్కి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే ఇంకా చదవాలి. చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. ఇంకా మీరు ముందు అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. తర్వాత మీ అవి 3 దోషాలది యాప్ చాలా బాగుంది అండ్ రియల్లీ గుడ్ సార్. ఇంకా ఫర్దర్ గా మేము ఇంకా చూడాలి. బట్ అనేది మేము ఎంతవరకు వీఆర్ రెడీ వీ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ అనేది నేను ఐ నీడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ మై సెల్ఫ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, చాలా బాగుంది. అండ్ మీ చదవడానికే నాకు బోలే టైం పట్టేసింది వెన్ యూ ఆర్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్ టు. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. హ్యావ్ ఎ గుడ్ వెరీ రియల్ గుడ్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్.
దట్స్ ఎ వెరీ నైస్ కామెంట్. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రసాద్ గారు చెప్పండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. Praveen Garu, congratulations, hats off. This subject is something very close to my heart. One question I have is A8 role ento untundi. I hope it will come in the next sessions. If it is not there, please tell me right now. that it will not be there.
Sir, all the Arudas, sir, mainly A6, A8, A12 is UL. Only the main thing will be concentrating on this because the disease manifestation, how it comes in. సో డిసీజ్ అసలు ఉంది మేనిఫెస్ట్ అవ్వాలి అన్నప్పుడు 6, 8, 12 హౌసెస్ లాగా ఆరుడాస్ A6, A8 అండ్ A12 మీన్స్ ఉపద లగ్నం ఎలాగా మీకు మేనిఫెస్టేషన్ తీసుకొస్తుందో నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్లో చెప్తాను.
Excellent, Andy. Thank you so much. Look forward to it. I thank VSRO. Actually, this is a wonderful thing that you are doing. Thank you so much.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి ప్రసాద్ గారు. యా కృష్ణ చైతన్య గారు హ్యాండ్ రైజ్.
Great, madam. Thank you very much given this opportunity, madam. ప్రవీణ్ గారు మీరు చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు సార్. సో జెమినైని ఎంత బాగా జెమిని యూజ్ చేసి చెప్పడం ఏఐ ద్వారా చాలా బాగా నచ్చింది సార్. వెరీ వెరీ థ్యాంక్ యూ. అండ్ నాది ఒక స్మాల్ డౌట్ సార్, నేను చాలా బయట ఉన్నాను అందుకే నేను ఇది ఓపెన్ చేయలేకపోయాను నాది. అంటే మీరు డిగ్రీస్ చేంజ్ చేశారు కదా సార్, ఆ డిగ్రీస్ ప్రజెంటేషన్ అది ఎక్కడ జరిగింది సార్? అది ఓన్లీ యాప్ ద్వారా డిగ్రీస్ చేంజ్ చేశారా లేదంటే ప్రజెంటేషన్ లో కూడా ఇలా చేంజ్ చేయగలిగారా?
లేదు సార్, నేను డిగ్రీస్ షడ్బలాలు తీసి ఆ షడ్బలాల నుంచి యాప్లో వేస్తే నేను తయారు చేసిన యాప్ ఏంటంటే జగన్నాథ హోరా నేను ఎక్కువ వాడతాను. వాడినప్పుడు అది దోషాలు ఎలా వస్తున్నాయి ఏంటి అనే కాన్స్టలేషన్ ఎలా చేసుకోవాలి అని షడ్బలాల నుంచి క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ పెట్టి అది అది బాడీ ఎలాంటి తత్వం బాడీ తెలుసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ ఓకే మనం కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది దేని మీద ఉంది, ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ రావచ్చు. ఒకసారి పిత్తం మీద ఉంది అంటే మెయిన్లీ తన బాడీలో ఎక్కువ హీట్ ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ వాటర్ తాగలేదనుకోండి అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అంటే బాడీ హీట్ పెరుగుతుంది, దానివల్ల డైజెషన్ మీద ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఇంకా వేరేవన్నీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తాయి. సో ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్టమక్. అది అక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇంకా వేరే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కంటిన్యూ అవుతాయని తెలుసుకోవడానికి నేను ఈ వేలో వెళ్ళాను.
ఓకే ఓకే, వాతపిత కపాల యొక్క దోషాలు తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఆ వేలో వెళ్ళారు మీరు.
అవును, షడ్బలాలు చూసి షడ్బలాల నుంచి బికాస్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్ మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోవాలనుకోండి షడ్బలా ఈజ్ ఈజియెస్ట్ వన్. మనం షడ్బలాలు 7 బలాలు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలనుకోండి, 6 బలాలు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలంటే మళ్ళీ మనకి అంత లేదు. నాకు అంత గణితం రాదు, ముందుగానే చెప్తున్నాను. నేను మాత్రం అందరికీ చెప్తున్నాను నాకు గణితం రాదు, నేను ఒప్పేసుకుంటున్నాను నాకు గణితం రాదు. అన్ని యాప్ను వాడుకుంటున్నాను, చేసుకుంటున్నాను. సో గణితం అనేది నేర్చుకోవాలి, కానీ ఇప్పుడు అది నేర్చుకుంటూ కూర్చుంటే ముందుకు వెళ్ళడం చాలా కష్టం అండి. ఆ గణితంలో తప్పులు పోతాయి మనకి అంత పరిస్థితి వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతానికి.
వెరీ వెరీ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ దిస్ గ్రేట్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ సార్. వెరీ వెరీ థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ దిస్ గివెన్ ఆపర్చునిటీ మేడం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. వెంకటలక్ష్మి గారు చెప్పండి.
చాలా బాగుంది సార్ మీ ప్రెజెంటేషన్. ఇంగ్లీష్ అయినా సరే నాకు కొంచెం స్లోగా అర్థమైంది, కాకపోతే చాలా బాగుంది సార్. అన్ని చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. వాత పిత్త కఫాల గురించి ఒక టేబుల్ ఇచ్చారు, అది చాలా బాగుంది. పర్సెంటేజ్ సన్ను టేబుల్ ఒక టేబుల్ వేశారు, చాలా బాగుంది. షడ్బలాల్లో వాత పిత్త ఒక టేబుల్ ఇచ్చారు, చాలా బాగుంది సార్. అది అటు పక్కకో ఇటు పక్కకో వెళ్ళిపోయింది, సెంటర్లో ఉంటే నేను స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకున్నాను సార్.
మనం చూద్దాం పిహెచ్డి సెషన్స్ లో మన దాంట్లో చూద్దాం గ్రూప్ లో. ఆనందరావు గారు చెప్పండి.
నమస్తే మేడం. ప్రవీణ్ గారు చాలా బాగా చెప్పారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, యూ హ్యావ్ డిపిక్టెడ్ ఆల్ ద facts what you wanted to tell in the pictorial fashion. That's very nice and then heart touching also. It has taken the subject directed to the heart what you want to tell. You have clearly explained about the basics. You have started with the basics, so it is very nice for the layman also. What is Jaimini? People should know about the Jaimini because many people are quite not aware of it, Jaimini. Then what we have taken, the subject is also new, comparing the Jaimini aspects with the medical astrology. That is really a good thing. Very nice, sir. I wish you all the best to go ahead. The first session, basic session, has gone very neatly. So we expect more than that in the second and third and fourth also. Thank you very much. So nice of you. Very nice presentation. Good. All the best.
Thank you आनंदराव गारू. कीर्ति जी.
थैंक यू प्रवीण जी, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस, आपने बहुत अच्छा एक्सप्लेन किया और मुझे एक आइडिया मिला कि हार्ट डिजीज को मात्र कारक से कैसे देखना. आई गॉट द पॉइंट. मैंने देखा कि आपने हार्ट डिजीज के लिए मात्र कारक को कैसे यूज करना वो भी बताया है. थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, namaskar. Thank you.
That's a new good point, Kirtiji. Okay, so thank you, Praveen. That was a very nice presentation, and we wish that the next presentation, when is your next presentation, Praveen?
Next Sunday, madam. Every Sunday is blocked.
Yes,
So
I want you to
that's
tell that. You
so
convey the
every
message.
Sunday అండి ఎవ్రీ సండే కొన్ని మీకు ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ బట్టి ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ మోర్ లెట్ మీ నో మోర్ ఐ కెన్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ మోర్ ఆన్ హౌ ఐ కెన్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ బెటర్ వే in easy way to get into your mind. That is the first thing I want to just say, because why I am using more Rahu is that the pictural a picture says more than 1,000 words. So if I read 1,000 words, you will not understand, but I show you a picture, you can really connect everything into that. That's why I want to more on the Rahu style. And if you want more information and I want to have these things, everything, I will explain each and everything also detailedly. Maybe not this session, we can have extended sessions, maybe we can put it some time and we can explain more into that. First, it is only planned for 4 sessions, and next all 3 Sundays are blocked. Then depending on other things, we will other feedback, we will go forward.
Yeah. So for the next 4 Sundays, as Praveen said, 4 to 5:30 will be the medical astrology by Praveen. Yes, Suraj ji, आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं?
मैं इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी कि मैंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि इतने बढ़िया तरीके से प्रवीण जी बोल सकते। मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है। रियली आई एम टू हैप्पी। आई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट हिम टू मच, एंड एट द सेम टाइम I say, God bless him to do more progress. This is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maj.
Thank you, Suraj ji. So tomorrow we have another PhD scholars presentation on Muhurta by Kanka Prasad ji. So kindly do attend tomorrow's session also on Muhurta. Thank you everyone.